Yo, what's good? Everyday Superpower signing in. We're talking the 48 laws of power. This is law number 14. Pose as a friend, but work as a spy. This is obviously one of the more controversial ones, but we have to understand that this is how people work within the realms of power and politics, alright? And the realms of politics is no different to the realms of your social group and the people who come in and out of your life. So a lot of these laws can be deemed very inappropriate to a lot of people's moral compass, but it's something to be familiar with purely as those around you may work like this, and you need to identify it when you can. So it states that you have to be friendly, sympathetic, and interested to get people to reveal their deepest thoughts and feelings. When you know your opponent's secrets, you can predict his behavior and control him. So it's very manipulative in nature, okay? It's very Machiavellian by default, and it's uncomfortable, as we don't want to be in a position where we have people around us for this to be the case. But as they say, all is fair in love and war, and sometimes when you are in the midst of conflict, to whichever extent, you may need information on your enemy. So when they say to keep your friends close but your enemies closer, it's really playing on the main focal point of conflict and warfare, and that is that it is all based upon deception. What your opponent doesn't know is imperative to your success within the realm of any form of competition. Alright, so let's say somebody comes into your life. You need to be very careful and observant when they ask you questions and it feels like they are probing you on particular areas of your life, particular people, a passing comment in reference to a family member or a mutual friend of yours, which sort of feels unnatural. Now, some people are experts at this and utilize this to, an incredible standard. So it will bypass your conscious awareness without you even knowing, and without knowing about it, you will divulge information as to which they want, which you never considered, meaningful at all. So the law is pose as a friend and work as a spy. Because if you were to be an enemy, to be a spy in that case, you're going to have to be covert. You're going to have to be in disguise. Whereas you still are in disguise as a posing friend, but if they believe you are a friend and you have a friendship and a positive, trustworthy relationship, you don't have to jump through the hoops and the complexities as much, at least. So let's apply this to the workplace. You have to be friendly, essentially, with your team in order for the cogs to gel and the business to run, and most importantly, for you to not unimpress and offend your superiors to the degree where you lose out and potentially get fired from that workplace. So if you are forced to be in relations, by default you are going to be posing as a friend to one or two people. Now, that's not to say you are being a snake. It's to say that you are a part of it's on a communication basis, a lubrication to ensure that every day isn't misery and you are not fighting a overt, draining battle day in, day out. What it means is that you can at the very least put on your friendship face and go to work and get the job done and go home, Now, as you're speaking to people, they may give up information on the boss and what they're into and their circumstance, and information in regards to those you have to appease to, which may make your life a little better. So if you're a new member to the workforce and an old school member is speaking on the authority, the management, speaking of, particular tastes and characters and attitudes and behaviours of such, it's all vital information for you to ensure you do the best job you can. You make your superiors happy. You elevate the workplace and elevate the moods and happiness of your bosses. They're not going to hate you for that. That's a good thing. So in a way, you are working as a spy by default by probing that particular information. It doesn't have to be of detriment. You do so purely so you can ensure that your position is a little more sturdy and solidified than if you hadn't asked them questions beforehand. Okay? Pose as a friend and work as a spy. If you wanted to get into the darker side of things, you don't even need to engage with people on a deeper level for them to express all sorts of needless personal information your way. Honestly, I'm sure you're very well aware of that, and call me pessimistic of people, but I'm very limited with the information I divulge, purely as I don't know whom I'm speaking to, and even to a great degree I keep a lot of personal information to myself, because you never know when the tables will turn as far as a friendship going sour or other people coming into the mix whom you don't agree with but they do, and then before you know it they have divulged your information to them, your opponent, without even being aware. Now, if you look at the law, pose as a friend and work as a spy, that's what somebody else could be doing to your friend who you have had trustworthy conversation with about how you don't trust your girlfriend or how somebody in the family is ill, and this information and material can be used against you purely as that third party has come out of nowhere, engaged with your friend who is unaware of being able to read the social and verbal and non-verbal cues, and has taken that information, and now years on down the line, once they have become cohesive in the social group, they might fall out with you and use that and hurt you to your core. And then you think, where did you know that information? Where did you gain that information? It's because they were posing as a friend and working as a spy. But like I was saying, I digress. People are so fond of telling you the ins and outs of their life. They allow their ego to sing, and considering they are the main character in their story of this one life they have, they see the world through their eyes. They just speak and speak and speak and express every aspect of their life and existence to people who they don't even know. You don't know if the person you're speaking to in regards to showcasing your children might be that way inclined. They might be a sexual predator. You don't know if you are allowing a psychopath into your life. From the get-go, they are snooping for information. There are men who are predators. And if you are a female, if not a man who is interested in that, they may come towards you with an innocent demeanour until they find your thumbscrew, as to which they will manipulate you, control you, and utilise that as a weapon. There's a lot of toxic relationships out there as to where an individual has given the other too much trust, and it's resulted in an abusive scenario as to where the information provided has been used against them, potentially used against them for their friends and so forth, as even though you may be in a relationship with someone, a romantic relationship, they might not like somebody in your surrounding and might use you for information upon them, creating a horrible situation. Without further ado, I'm going to sign out. We'll keep on moving with these laws, but that was pose as a friend and work as a spy, an important one.